All right, here we are in an MEA week that feels like no other, and we wanted to make sure that we recorded a message to you with information that we believe can continue to assist you here through the League Network. So thank you for watching this recording if you're able to do so, and we greatly appreciate it. First and foremost, we want to thank you for your continued work. We saw very quickly last Thursday with much hard work, schools have to take the information that was presented and turn it around and put it right into action in providing our student athletes and our coaches and our communities the activities and athletics that you did last week. And so impressed by the way so many implemented strategies in the games that we saw, whether it was on TV or social media, whatever the case may be. Thanks for the work that you do and the partnership that we have and how we continue to be able to serve some of the hardest working professionals that are out there. And we just want to say thank you again for doing so. We have to remember that some of you right away, you were able to transition into spectators maybe as soon as Thursday afternoon for volleyball contests, and understand that some of you were not ready to do so and maybe still aren't ready to do so. And you have the ability, you have the local control to continue to implement those strategies when it's best for you. And we're going to get into information that we learned from our liaisons later today, but if there's ways that we can assist in doing so, we're happy to do so. So great job with the information and tough message really that many of you learned last Thursday. And then Laura, if we could transition, or Susie, over to the agenda for today. So in working with our liaisons this week, we identified topics that we believe are going to best support you and best serve you for this week. And again, hopefully you find them valuable. What does sport look like when you return from COVID? And a form that will assist you and the student athletes in understanding the process that they will need to undertake to get back into participation and the guidelines you're anticipating. You know, we continue to hear that you're looking for volleyball and football guidelines, and then postseason for those, along with the winter sports guidance, and those will be coming here in the next couple of weeks. The COVID data collection, you'll hear more from Eric around this and how important that information is in assessing where we're at as a state and how we balance, again, those ever so important opportunities that we're able to offer. Then Laura's going to have some updates on learning sessions around the website, and again, how we can best assist you with a great new resource that we have. So that being said, if we could go on to the next slide here, and I'm going to turn it over to Jody at this time to talk about the graduated return to sport and the form that goes along with it.
Jody? Thanks, Bob. As you know, you received yesterday at 12:15 a lead update that has the graduated return to sport after a COVID incident protocol. And with that protocol, it's available on the league website. It is available through the AD dashboard or through the student health and wellness safety portal that's available on the website as well. This protocol is for athletes who have a positive COVID test. And when they come back to your school community, there are a few things that you should be aware of, and that it's highly recommended that your student athletes see a medical and approved medical health care professional who can help walk them through what their re-entry into participation is going to look like. As I said, two-part protocol really is, it has two parts. One for the qualified medical provider, and that provider is, the form will stay with them. And the second part is a piece that they're actually going to have the medical provider fill out and bring back to your school community to give to you. So what should you do when you receive that? The first thing obviously is read through it and see what the medical provider is suggesting take place, whether they are able to return to participation or whether they need to wait. And then secondly, that they're going to then, you'll provide that to the certified athletic trainer if you have one. And if not, to a coach to oversee the 7-day graduated return to sport protocol that each of those student athletes who are returning to your building should be going through. The issue really is heart related. And Dr. Roberts worked very closely in partnership with the Department of Health on putting this protocol together, along with our Sports Medicine Advisory Committee. Within that form that they're bringing back to you, it really defines what coaches and or athletic trainers should be looking for as far as symptoms that students might be experiencing during that return protocol. And also, if there are any of those symptoms that are exhibited, that it's really critically important that you direct that student back to their healthcare professional. And be aware that because it is a heart issue, it will manifest itself if, in fact, there is to be some kind of episode similar to what a cardiac arrest is and or what it looks like. So making sure that your school staff understands where the AED is and that you have an emergency action plan in place is going to be critical in how that comes back. And Eric, I would turn it to you to see if you have, if there are any additional comments that you want to make on this. One of the items that we did identify is that this is very similar to the concussion return to play protocol. And Eric, I'm not sure if you want to talk to that at all.
I think it's just a really good tool for us to have for our student athletes and for our families, because there's lots of questions out there. It's a stepwise progression back into activity, and I think it's really wise that we put this in place. And I can tell you that I've received inquiries not only from coaches and ADs about when we're going to see something like this, but also from school nurses and trainers and so on that serve schools to say, what tools can we provide our schools to have a good progression and a well thought out and research progression back into activity, because obviously student participation is dependent on student health, and that has to be first and foremost. So thanks, Jody. Back to you, Bob.
Let me insert just one more comment here. And again, this is for students. It's to be implemented beginning Monday, October 19th for new diagnoses. So again, if there are things or students who have tested positive prior to Monday the 19th, it still is great information to provide to families and students, but again, this would be intended for implementation on Monday, October 19th. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you, and great work on this, Jody. We appreciate your leadership, and Eric, thanks for your comments. And we continue to say that with opportunity comes responsibility, and we continue to say that it is crucial that we minimize risk. So thanks again, Jody, for your work with Doc Roberts and Sports Medicine and the advisory group to provide that resource for us. And wouldn't be a lead meeting without my fan going off, so I apologize if you aren't able to hear me clearly. Typically, this is a slide where you would see our progression of where we are at and the things that we've accomplished really since last March. But we continue to hear, and working with our liaisons this week, that within that progression, what you are seeking most is that season guidance for volleyball and football. I believe we'll have that to you next week on the 23rd or by the 23rd, if not earlier, if we can get those done. But we want to make sure that they're done right and accurate. And then shortly thereafter, the winter activities and guidance for them. We know dance is going to start sooner than others. So again, we're going to try and have that to you by the 23rd. And the remainder of winter activities around those guidelines on October 30th. We know that as you're planning tries and trying to create your schedules, these are really important. Continue to ask questions if you have them, but look for more information really coming in the next 2 weeks around both of those. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Eric about COVID data.
Thanks again, Bob, and again, welcome everybody. And it's great to have the work that you're doing in schools going the way that it is. It's been intriguing to work with the liaisons and talk to other school individuals and see where they are as we are progressing through the middle of October. But one thing that's really important for us and also for MDE and MDH is that we get information regarding our schools and how things are progressing within our activity programs. They are very keen to what impacts are being seen with the participation that's taking place right now. They are asking for this data from us as soon as we collect it and wanting to be able to look through that. We know that across the state, numbers of COVID infections continues to be high and certainly is impacting our schools. Yet we continue to watch and see how it's impacting our activities and how that's going to happen. And so tomorrow on Friday, October 16th, you're going to be asked for that one more round of collection, and it's going to be kind of toward the end of those 4 sports that are wrapping up their seasons here shortly. but also stepping into the volleyball and football and having information from there that would be around contests. So please make sure and fill that out. Regardless of any COVID event, you should be completing that every 2 weeks and providing it to us. Last time around, we received 256 schools that did this. We appreciate your extra time in making that happen. Again, if you can put that time in, work with an assistant if you have one, to make sure those are completed and sent in, that just gives us greater information and leads into future decisions as we continue forward. So thanks again for all your work, for addressing those interruptions. And then if you can catalog those and share them, we really appreciate it. Bob?
Yeah, and I appreciate that, Eric. And as Eric said, we know we need to get as many of these in, and 250 is not enough from our 500 plus member schools. And again, we learn from each other. We need to know how you're doing and how you're managing COVID situations, and others are looking for that information as well. At this time, Laura, I'm going to turn it over to you to talk about learning opportunities around our website. Laura?
One additional note on the COVID data, that is also saved for ADs to see on their dashboard in the same place that they go in to enter that data. So if you're interested in seeing what those numbers are for the first 3 data collections, please know that what we've collected is there for you to see and use as it may work for you also. I just want to share right now with you an opportunity coming up next week. We're going to be doing 2 days worth of sessions on some new features that are rolling out with the website. We're going to be spending some time talking about officials, some time talking about head coaching certification, and directories. We will send you information on Friday, so it's on your desk when you get back, again, hopefully after a few hours away, at least with an MEA break. We'll do sessions on Tuesday and Thursday. Both of the sessions on Tuesday will be the same. So whether you attend the 9 o'clock or the noon, they'll be the same session. So you only need to attend one if you're interested. And again, knowing your busy schedules, we will make sure we record those and also have them available to you. We have found the first time we did this round about a month ago, ADs found these helpful, and a lot of their assistants also found these very helpful. So please feel free to invite anyone in your office that you would want to attend. Would ask that if there are going to be multiple in your office that you try to share one Zoom meeting link, just so that we keep our numbers a little bit lower with that. So if you can find a way to socially distance and be near each other for these sessions, that would be great. Again, look for that information coming on Friday, so it's there when you return on Monday. Bob, I think that's nearing the end. I'll turn it back to you to wrap up for us today.
Great, Lauren. I would assume that we will continue to have work sessions around the website as we continue to learn how to use it best and as it continues to be updated. So thanks for your work on that, Laura. And again, we wanted to keep today's message to under 20 minutes. We're going to do that. We know it's an MEA week that is unlike any other in my professional career. I know you're going to have games throughout the week here, but we continue to hope that you're taking time for yourself and for your family. We need you healthy and energized and ready to go. And we'll get information out on our next Lead Network meeting. And we hope you found today's message beneficial. And until the next time, from our staff, again, we say thank you.